Hey, how's it going? John Ruby here. We're up in the beautiful white north of Iqaluit, bringing the message of hope and power through a relationship with God that will solve all your problems, bringing LifeLab up to the broken, the lost, the lonely, and the little. I feel like we've been here for a month. I believe we have been here for 2 days. We got here Thursday, it is Saturday. There has been a snowball's effect of things that have happened. And that's really what happens when you join in God's work. That's what I see, that we've actually jumped into God's work. Not like we weren't involved in that kind of stuff back home, but we're jumping into like a puzzle that God has already been building. And so we're getting to see, years of puzzle pieces, and we get to be involved in some of the puzzle pieces coming together. So it's like blowing our minds as we sit here. I believe it feels like we've been here for a month, and the things that I've seen happen and experienced, I would say God is a God of awe and wonder and bewilderment. And just when I think I have it all figured out, I get a curveball. And I just understand that God is so big that He doesn't fit in a box that I want to create, or a resource that I want to give. Or I think the message that we come into Iqaluit with, or anywhere, is how can I be helpful? There was a man that we met, and I would say my most impactful meeting was meeting this man. But this meeting started years ago when God was orchestrating the puzzle pieces, and we got to join that part of the piece of the puzzle, and through a series of events at the airport, we met a man whose wife works in Iqaluit, who is in the minister's office for mental health and addiction and suicide prevention and awareness. And through that man, we met her, and through her, we met a man that works with her, and he is a man that's been in recovery for about 4 years. He's been sober for 4 years, and his initiative is to start groups in villages in their community across the north, and it's men's groups. And when we got talking to him, it was so impactful to me about how they start the men's group. So they go into community, and because suicide is such a big problem here, they start with that. They start with the impact. And here's me, I want to start this kind of group, and I have a box for everything that I do. And this guy just exploded that box because of the context of the culture. And in this culture, it is, I believe, 10 times the suicide rate in Canada, and it is the highest suicide rate in the world. So everybody has been affected by it in some way. And so he starts off he goes into a community, gets people to sign up, get men to sign up. So they come, and they start by giving out nails, and there's a board, and they get to nail a nail and a hammer for everyone that they've lost in suicide. And that board fills right up, and they go through a process of lamenting and crying, and just knowing that this is a burden that is part of their culture. And so that's how they start this men's group. They do this for 2 days, and then they launch into, at the end of it, they say, we want to do this every night in your community, but we want you to do it. So they ask the men there, what would you want to do 5 nights out of the week for 1 hour? And they write down their list, and they write down learning to hunt, learning to carve, learning to make skins, and all of their cultural stuff that may have been lost. And really just hearing from their elders. Or one of the groups, he said that they reported they want to learn self-defense. So they actually come and ignite the men's group, and then they leave, but the men have decided what they want to do throughout the week as they keep meeting. And I believe that is, for me, it was so impactful, because it's giving the power to the healing of really developing the process yourself. And so I think so many times I can come in and say, this is what it's going to look like, or you have to do it this way. And so as I met in the morning, I just kind of repented in my little heart and just said, I cannot put God in a box. And this man also, as I got to bless the food, I blessed the food, and this man said after we finished eating, and he got emotional, he had tears in his eyes, and he goes, "I thank you for blessing the food. It brought me back to my grandma blessing the food, how I grew up." And maybe we're here just to plant a seed, and I pray for his salvation. I just pray for the ministry and the work that he's doing. I pray that we can partner. I pray that we can be invited in and just learn how to be more effective, how to be an instrument of God's love and care and not control. And I just am overwhelmed to be a part of God's work here.